Hello, my divine kings and queens. I hope y'all having a good day. Before we get into these messages, I just wanted to let y'all know really quick that you can purchase a copy of my book, Reinvent Yourself. It is never too late. It is available in the description box below. It is also available on my website, 𝗏𝗏𝗠ministry.org. I want you to understand that this book is an important piece to your spiritual and healing journey. Why? Because it details and outlines some of the things and important steps that you have to take towards understanding what it is that God has for you, understanding yourself better, and realizing that in life, everything may not go the way that you probably wanted it to go. And this book outlines and details how you can release toxicity, how you can understand what you're going through as you transition and as you start to grow, as you start to elevate, as you start getting closer and building a closer relationship to God, how you can step into your divine femininity and masculinity, how you can step into your truth, and how you can start moving forward in speaking your truth. So I want you to understand that if you need a friend, you got it in me. If you need love, you got it in me. Make sure that you go out and buy a copy of my book. Leave me comments, leave me feedback so I can understand and know how my book has helped you on your journey. And until next time, stay prayed up and be blessed, and let's get into these messages. And this is my website where you'll have access to all my social media links, as well as a free guide. You'll be able to check out some apparel in the store section of my website, the services that I provide my clients, as well as just looking around and seeing what I have to offer. If you're seeking consultation, please be sure to reach out to me. Hello, my divine kings and queens. I'm back to do another video. In today's message, God is saying only his best for you. There are a lot of you, like I said, who wasn't deserving of the hand that was dealt to you in life. Because of how you moved, because of your purpose in life, you stood to go through a lot of upheavals. And you went and battled up against pure evil because the devil was trying to break you and stop you from stepping into what it is that God has for you. And I'm here to tell you that God says the worst is behind you. The worst is behind you. What you went through, it wasn't in vain. It served a purpose to teach you a lesson. It served a purpose in making you stronger. It served a purpose in getting you to where you are in life. There's a lot of people who looking at you right now and in realizing that everything that you've gone through and where you are today is nothing short of a miracle because of how divine you are, how favored you are, how protected you are, how blessed you are. Do you understand what I'm saying? God saw how you handled every phase and every situation that you was placed in. Do you hear me what I'm saying? God is telling you, because of how you handled these situations, because of how graceful you were, because of how forgiving you was to people, because of how you surrendered yourself unto him, you cried Jesus a river. People don't even know it. People don't even understand that you stepping into the best days of your life now, right? They don't understand the hell that you had to go through. And there are a lot of people, like I said, that went up against you, didn't know who they was going up against. There are a lot of people who mishandled you and lost out on you, didn't understand that they had a whole gem. They was dealing with a diamond. They was dealing with a queen. They was dealing with a king. They was dealing with royalty. A lot of people looked at you in the physical and they didn't understand that your ranking in the spiritual. They didn't know how high up you was. You understand what I'm saying? Because you carry yourself to a certain degree, you have a mysterious being and way about you. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? You don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. You keep your moves silent. You understand? People won't know your moves until they already made. And so God is rewarding you because of how you handled yourself. He's rewarding you because of how you held on to him and you believed that he would come through for you and do what it is that he said that he would do. He's holding on to you and he's taking you to the next level of your life. He's holding on to you and protecting you from all forces of evil because he says the worst is behind you. I'm not going to have it with you because of how you stepped for me. I just said something. God said, I ain't going to have it with you because of how you stepped for me. Only my best for you. There's a lot of things that have to get cleared out. There's going to be some people of whom I'm going to take up out your life because they don't serve your highest good. There's going to be some situations that I got to take you up out of. You understand what I'm saying? Some foundations. You were investing in certain people. You were investing in these situations, but I got to let it crumble. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because only my best for you. You may not understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, but it's tough love. You may not understand why I'm taking certain people about your life, because of whom I have in store for you is better than who you keep tracing after. Who I have for you is better than who you have invested into in the past, of whom you have loved in the past, of whom you have fought for in the past. Sometimes this is what God will do, right? We don't understand the whole plan. We don't know the master plan until it's already, like I said, set in motion. And so there's a series of events that's already taken place. You didn't realize how you was being used as a pawn, but in a good way, because God had a special purpose for you. He is sending a very strong message out to people about his power, who he is, and that he's real, and what he does for those of whom stay obedient to him and believe in him. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are people who realize and seeing how, baby, you turned lemons into lemonade. You turned something from nothing. Confirmation. These people have seen it. Don't be fooled. You didn't come on here. Listen, don't be fooled. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't play with me and don't play with God. These people, oh my God, these people did you so dirty. Isn't it funny how the tables turn? You live and you learn, bridges burn, and then you got to move on, only to turn back and look at the person who you did so dirty isn't where you left them. Baby, you elevated. You grew from that pain. You elevated after healing. God say only his best for you now. The worst is behind you. People tried to project off on you what they felt about themselves. This is why when you look at the outcome and how people just look at people's lives for a second. The people who went up against you, who talked about you. You understand what I'm saying? The people who wanted a certain outcome for your life. These people are experiencing that same outcome. And it's almost as if, like I said, God had to take you out of the masses. He picked you out of the bunch to be different, because he knew that this is what will prepare you when he called on you. This is what will prepare you to step into what it is that he has for you, his purpose for you, his journey for you, his plans for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is what enabled you to step into these blessings that you're stepping into now, baby, because you've been going through this. Didn't I tell you a long time ago you was in spiritual boot camp? Baby, you got drafted to be you was in spiritual boot camp. You ain't new to this. You true to this. You know that you was going up against pure evil. You know you was going up against naysayers and doubters and betrayers, two-faced people. Being manipulative and being deceptive got them nowhere. That's what people are realizing. And in you taking everything, the scraps that was given to you, the hand that was dealt to you, baby, you took everything. You put it all together. And you said, you know what? Come hell or high water, I'm not going to give up. And people truly had to sit back and watch from the sidelines your transformation and your elevation. They was watching this from the sidelines and watching you step into these blessings too. After trying to curse you, after trying to hurt you, betray you, destroy you, delay you, detour you, talked about you on every corner. And now they looking foolish because the person of whom they don't put their mouth on has succeeded, not only them, but all them other people who was up in the group with them in every way, in every aspect of life. I'm telling you, these people was just running your name through the mud. They didn't think you was going to be nothing because of where you were, but they didn't understand that that was for a certain season and period of your life to make you stronger. You may not understand why you had to go through the struggle. You may not understand why you had to rob Peter to pay Paul just to keep the lights on, just to get the bills paid. There were some days, baby, you had to go without eating to make sure them bills was paid. Some days you had to go without sleeping because you had to work and put in overtime. Some days, like I said, you even went without praying because you was just desperate and you was in despair. You was downtrodden. You was depressed. It was too overwhelming for you, but you didn't understand that when you're picked out of the bunch, when you are God's chosen anointed one, baby, you're going to go through it the worst than anyone else. But this is why you're stronger than anyone else. You're wiser than anyone else. You're going to be more blessed than anyone else who tried to go up against you, who can't stand next to you, can't hold a candle next to you. And these people know it, but they ain't going to show it. But the deal is, you know what I'm saying? They going to see you step into it. They going to see you they going to see you reach greater heights and levels of your life. Because God say on his best for you. You being able to pay them bills, that's real. Being able to pay them on time, that's real. Being able to call collections and clear out your debt, you debt-free, financially freed, stepping into financial freedom and prosperity and abundance, the wheel of fortune turning around in your favor. Why? Because you learned lessons. You was willing to think outside of the box. You was willing to put God first and allow him to order your steps. You was willing to listen to him. You was willing to clear out the noise and listen to God's voice. You was thinking with a sound mind. You wasn't moving with fear because you knew he was walking with you. You knew you wasn't walking alone. You moved with grace. You moved in good faith. You moved with love in your heart still. When people tried to kill your light, they tried to kill your light because of all the darkness that they was in. It's almost as if you tried to go in and save these people and show these people the way. And instead of trying to work with you, they worked against you and stayed in that darkness because your light irritated their demons. Some people wasn't willing to let you know they was battling internal demons. But let me tell you something. The proof is in the pudding and how your life turned out. People could say a whole lot of things about you. They could sit up here and laugh at you and say well, what's not and what is. But your life and how it turned out is proof in the pudding of who you are and who works with you, around you, through you, and for you. I just said something. Stop playing with me, man. Your life and how it turned out. The plethora of opportunities that was afforded to you. Doors that was opened up for you in a time where you was in despair. But you held on to God's unchanging hand. You believed. Even when you couldn't see and things didn't look like it was going to turn out for you, you held on to him. Even when people tried to break your very spirit in your heart, you moved in kindness. You moved in good faith. You was nice to people, loving to people. Even if they didn't like you, they could have respected you. But they dragged you, laughed at it, dragged you some more, laughed at it. Kept stabbing you in the back, grouping up together to watch you after hurting you, after betraying you. My God. Ooh, when I tell you, you went through it, you went through it. We don't take light of them situations because we know who got us through. But your life is proof in the pudding, baby. Let me tell you something. These people, God was trying to show you how cowardly these people were. You strong enough to go through the darkness in the midst of darkness to try to pull these people out because you had love in your heart for these people. Loved ones, friends, whoever the case may be. You stuck with them. You're a loyal spirit. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? You move the way you move because you got God working through you. There's two different, you know that this is the difference between good and evil. Based on, like I say, how people choose to operate, the energy that they choose to operate in, the spirit that they possess. You possess a different spirit. This is why you was a breath of fresh air to a lot of people, but they mishandled you, tried to suck the very life up out of you because they weren't on your level spiritually. You stepped in that darkness trying to save people, and they tried to kill your very spirit and kill your life so you would lose yourself in that darkness. But God said, the devil is a lie, and he pulled you out. And when he pulled you out, he lifts your head up. He said, you ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. You ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. I knew you was going to make this choice. I knew you was going to make this move. Your heart too big. You're too pure. You may not do everything right, but I searched your heart. And I knew you was going to make this move. So it's okay. Stop being hard on yourself. I'm about to make all your dreams come true now. Because I see how you move. And you're deserving of greatness. You're deserving of success. You're deserving of peace, love, and happiness in your life. Do you understand what I'm saying? You ain't never give up hope. You stepped, and I'm talking about you jump knee deep up in that thing. You like, listen, I know who walking with me, baby. I know how to protect myself. People probably didn't know it, but you knew it. But who you did it for wasn't ready to step out for you. And that's okay. See, God had to come through and heal you. He had to come through and show you love. He had to come in and rebuild you, rejuvenate you, replenish you, heal you. And then he elevated and propelled you to the next level of your life. Amen. He said, only my best for you. I ain't going to have it with you because of how you stepped for me. You wasn't embarrassed to say my name. You wasn't embarrassed to hold on to my hand. Even when people was like, they wearing them same shoes. Them shoes got a hole in them, but they still talking about the Lord gonna make a way. They just lost their job the other day. Hair looking all messed up. Ooh, baby, they ain't never look like this. But they keep talking about the Lord gonna make a way. The Lord gonna make a way. The Lord gonna make. Then they had to and turn around and see, oh, the Lord really did make a way for you. Now I see who moving with you. Now I see you wasn't pump faking. Now I see who you really are. God was showing you the cowardly spirit that these people possessed. And even if they didn't chime in and work with the opposing team and with your enemies, right? You had some who just wasn't strong enough or courageous enough to speak up and to fend for you. Fend for you. They wasn't courageous enough to speak up on your behalf. They didn't want to be the only one. They didn't understand when things are spiritual, you're not going to have, when people are of the world, and there's a lot of people who are of the world, and I'm not saying that when you're chosen, you're not going to have your share of mistakes that you make, but it's completely different. You get what I'm saying? The mistakes you make, God always found a way to turn them into a lesson. You get what I'm saying? And it pulls you back and gets you back on the right track that he needs you to be on, right? See, the thing is, a lot of people just didn't understand how a lot of things are spiritually connected. And you ever came across people who don't even know you, but automatically just giving you this bad energy, bad vibes that they sending your way. They don't even know you. It's because spiritually, like I say, you have a team that don't play about you. And when I tell you, if they didn't know then, they know now. If they didn't know your worth then, they know now. If they didn't know how you were stepping then, they know now. If they didn't know the powers that be, they know now. Baby, I can't make this up. Hashtag nobody but God. Hashtag nobody but God. Hashtag Jesus is real. Hashtag only God's best. Because that's exactly what he's saying you about to step into. And these people are going to sit and watch it from the sidelines since they had so much to say, so much to laugh at. So much that they were sending your way. The treachery, the betrayals, it was just uncalled for. And you were discriminated against. You were talked out. You were outcasted. You were. You even tried to fend for yourself and defend your name till God told you, man down. This ain't your fight. This mine. Let me vindicate you. Let me come through for you. And in the way that he did it, it was just in telling you walk. And as things started unfolding in your life, he started to clear out your path. And all these blessings started coming through. Just in the manner that it was coming, how quick it was coming, it was like, it was nothing short of a miracle, baby. You surpassed all your enemies. This is why they can't say nothing. This is why they sit and they watch. Because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. You took a bad hand and still ended up winning the game. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to see. Y'all think I'm somebody to play with. I know what I'm talking about. You wasn't deserving of the hand that you was dealt with. But you took it, you rolled with the punches, and you turned something from nothing. And you did it all while what? Believing that God was going to come through for you. Believing that he was going to turn it around in your favor. You held your head up high. You called out God's name. You put him first. You allowed him to order up your steps. You allowed him to clear out your path. And baby, now you win. And he say, only my best for you. I ain't finna have for you because of how you stepped for me. I'm not going to have it with you because of how you stepped for me. You took a bad hand and still ended up winning the game. They don't know what to say. You got a lot of people scared. Because they're like, hold on, you really wasn't supposed to win, though, in the physical. But in the spiritual, you still ended up winning, though. And God say, let your light shine bright, because it's more people who need your healing energy. I always tell you, man, I'm about to tell you something real. Don't come on here if you don't want to be triggered. Whether you had a mother in your life, a father in your life, a grandmother, a grandfather, you had some type of parental figure or authoritative figure in your life, someone had to have told you at some point in time in your life that if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Mind your tongue. Yeah. Mind your mouth. Mind your manners. Because, see, my whole thing is a lot of people spewed out a lot of stuff to you, didn't even know you was running on fumes. And, confirmation. Let me tell you something. I always tell you, no matter who you encounter, right? An example, you could come across an old high school friend or somebody who you once knew in the past, and they could be hard up on life. And the first thing that you say without thinking is, dang, you looking a little rough. I ain't seen you in a hot minute. I hope everything turned out for you good. God bless you. You go around and run it and say, yeah, I done seen so they looking bad, man. Now, you done heard on the news, unidentified male or female has plummeted to their death. You like, dang, I just came across that person today. And what did you say? I said they was looking a little rough. You didn't speak life into that person. You took what little pride and ego, whatever it is that they had, and now they felt like they didn't have anything. And for a lot of you, you were alone in what you was going through in the physical. But in the spiritual, God was working things out to turn around in your life. You know what I'm saying? But in the moment, you felt like you didn't have nobody to turn to. And you asked God, you like, I don't understand why I'm going through this. I don't understand why I'm going up against so much evil. I may not be or have done everything right, but deep down in my heart, I always had love for people, and I got treated the worst. I had to see these people go on like nothing happened, like they didn't do nothing to me. God said it's going to work. I'm going to turn it around. You didn't go through that in vain. You didn't go through that hurt, that pain. He showed you how you can channel that energy towards something positive. You understand what I'm saying? And you wielded yourself to great success in your life because of how you channeled what? Your energy. You turned your pain into what? Power. People don't know how you did it. They just seen you do it. They don't know how. They just see you step into it. And they don't know, but they're watching. They don't have a clue. They don't know how to put it together, but they're trying to still. God say, only my best for you. I tell you, just spread peace, love, and light wherever you go. That's just the bottom line. Because see, whereas you could have spoke life into that person, that example, instead of saying that person looked rough, this is example, what I just gave to you. It could have been something where you could have said, hey, man, hey, let's go out. I ain't seen you in a minute, my treat. You ain't got to say, let me give you money either. Because that's like what you're trying to say. It's just a way to do things. Just a way to word things. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you don't know, just be quiet. Say something positive. Just say, you looking good. Just say something. The easiest thing that you can say, easiest positive thing that you can say. But if you don't have nothing nice to say, and you don't know what to say, just mind your mouth, mind your tongue, and keep it shut. It could have been something so simple that could have spared that person's life. And I tell you, you don't know who is running on fumes. You don't know who's operating just on their last foot, on their last dime. You don't know. Speak life into people. No matter where you are in life, what footing, what ground, what foundation you have, speak life into people because you know who lifted you up. You know who raised you up. You know who got you to this position in your life. God said you are worthy. You know why you felt like you wasn't worthy? Because all these people whom you encountered just tried to break your very spirit. Tried to break your soul. Tried to keep you down and keep you stuck exactly where they are. Misery loved company. But you found your way. You found your way and you broke free from the chains that was trying to keep you stuck and stagnant in life. No one wanted to see you nobody wanted to see it be you, but they had to sit back and watch it be you anyway. This is why they was trying to work so hard to deal you a bad hand, but still ended up watching you win the game. Now they shook. But God saying ain't gonna happen with you because of how you stepped for me. Let me tell you something. This new season, this new phase that you're stepping into, don't you be ashamed of the blessings that I'm bringing your way, because you're every bit of deserving. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Share with others of whom you deem worthy and who you deem fit. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I'm bringing it to you anyway. You being able to pay your bills on time, being financially freed, stepping into great fortune, stepping into great abundance and prosperity in your life. You getting your dream car, your dream home, your business flourishing. That's God's best for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Ooh, something in my eye. That's God's best for you. He loves you. You're his child. You're his baby. He don't play about you. Because you operate in love, look at how it turned out for you. So many people all this music try to influence you to be mean to people, be cruel to people, use people. And when they have no more use, throw them away and discard them like trash. But God holds you to a higher standard. And that's why you move different. You think different. You act different. Father, help your children, and don't let them fall by the side of the road, and teach them to love one another. You ain't have enough love. See, people didn't know how to operate in love because they didn't grow up in love. They didn't know how to operate in love because they didn't grow up in love. I just said something. Let me tell you something. We've all been dealt a bad hand. But see, those of us who chose to heal, those of us who chose to, at the end of the day, cry unto God and ask him to change us, to heal us internally, to free our spirits. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we didn't choose to stay in that rut. We didn't choose to stay where the enemy wanted us to stay. We chose to heal. We chose to elevate. We chose to still operate in love, even though it wasn't given to us. And now we're spreading it out to others who may need it. We're setting and clearing and blazing a trail, a pathway for others to follow. That heaven might find a place in their hearts, 'cause Jesus is love. He won't let you down, and I know he's mine forever. All in my heart. We've got to walk on through temptation, 'cause his love, oh, and his wisdom will be our helping hand. And I know the truth, and his word will be our salvation. Oh yeah, to lift up our hearts, to be thankful and glad that Jesus, come on JC gang, is love. He won't let you down, and I know he's mine, deep down in my soul. Jesus is love. Oh, yes, he is. Forever in our hearts. And sometimes, like I say, people may not understand. They might not know the path that you want to take because you done been through all that hell. Sometimes it take you being out there in them streets to realize that the streets ain't where it's at. Sometimes it take you being in a bad relationship in order to say, you know what? I want better for myself. I want a real love, a true love, a loyal love. You understand what I'm saying? An honorable love, a respectful love. Sometimes it takes us going through these defeats and these losses and understand sometimes we got to lose to win. But let me tell you something. As long as God is on my side, as long as I believe that better days is ahead of me, I know that he's going to clear a path for me. I know that he's going to right my wrongs. I know that he's going to forgive me of my transgressions and my shortcomings in life, of the sins that I've committed. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you got down on your knees and what you said, I'm done. I'm tired of going through this. Something got to give. I want to follow you, Lord, wherever it leads me. And I don't mind, Lord, and I hope you don't mind. See, I want to walk with you and talk with you. And I want to do all the things that you want me to do. Because I know that Jesus, I know. And if you ask, I'll show. Love is the word forever and ever and ever and ever. Who can give you love? Who can give you joy? Who can turn your life around forever and ever and ever, ever and ever and ever. Who's your friend? Who gives you life? Who helps you to hold out just a little while longer? Just a little while stronger, just a little while longer, yeah. JC Gang, don't play with me now. Come on, let's go. Who's your problem solver? Who's your Rose of Sharon? Who's your lily of the valley? Your bright and morning star. Call him in the morning, don't play with me. Call him in the evening, don't play with God. In the midnight hour, when you're going through trouble, I say when you're going through trouble, even when you're good in your life, he's your friend, he's your man, he's everything you need in life. Forever and ever, ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and again. You already know that God made a way where there's no way for you. So go ahead and give him all praise, honor, and glory. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's letting you know that those worst days are behind you. Only his best for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why he had to clear out a pathway for you. If you're losing out on certain relationships, jobs, whatever it is that you're losing out, it's because God is trying to clear that way to make way for the best that he has for you. The greatness that he wants you to step into. All the success and the abundance and the blessings that he has in store for you that he promised you would have. He said he ain't going to have it with you, baby, because of how you step for him, and that's on God. Until next time, I want you to stay prayed up and be blessed. Hold your head up high. Never let nobody see you sweat. You already know I come with that real, never that fake. Continue to reach one, teach one, bring others to the JC Gang. I love you. Stay prayed up and be blessed. Until next time.